Well, my favorite memory, and it's just one example of how Bob Dow saved the day again, is a long time ago, like in the beginning. And I can't even remember what the cat was, what its name was, but it had got caught in Mom's fan in the car, and the tail was just a hanging. So me and Bob took the cat out there on a tree stump, and I held the cat and the tail, and Bob took the axe and chopped that cat's tail off the rest of the way. And we put bag balm on it because bag balm fixes everything, and wrapped it up and probably saved $500. And I'll never forget that.
My favorite memory of Granddad was him teaching me the finer things in life. And years ago, when I was a kid, and all the other kids have been able to do these things with him as well, was him teaching me how to mow. And one day I ended up high-centered on the air conditioner screaming for help for him and Grandma to come get me. And that's one of my best memories of Granddad.
So my best memory of Bob was shortly after Justin was born, and he came out to Monterey to visit us and see the new grandbaby. And he and I were out there. One morning we decided we were going to go and just sit on the beach for whatever reason, and so we got a couple of chairs, went to Starbucks I think it was, got ourselves a couple cups of coffee, and we went out on the beach. We put up our chairs and we sat down and we just listened to the waves come in. We talked a little, but more than that we didn't talk. We just sat there, two guys enjoying the ocean, and it was a fabulous morning.
My favorite memory would have to be when we were deer hunting and I shot a deer and I didn't quite finish it and he had to help me finish it. That'd be my favorite memory.
I've had a lot of good memories with Granddad, but the one that I remember the most and the best one would have to be the time that I got the Jeep stuck with one of my friends and he had to help us pull it out and I had to clean it off.
Probably similar to most people's favorite memory of Dad, mine involves a truck. And on this particular occasion, I was in the 6th grade and he thought it was time I learned how to drive. So we had the old stove from the house that we had to take down to the junk pile. And he loaded it in the car and off we went, and he was giving me directions and orders and trying to tell me how to operate this thing. I was really nervous, as you can imagine. So we get to the junk pile, which is at the bottom of this kind of steep hill. And so he starts to tell me, whoa, like he does, whoa. And so I hit the brakes a little bit, and whoa, he gets louder, and I hit the brakes harder, and he goes, whoa! And I slammed on the brakes, and the stove came tumbling out of the back of the truck, and it tumbled down, down, down the hill till it landed in the junk pile. Of course, I was terrified that he was going to yell at me or whatever, and he just kind of grinned and gave a little chuckle and said, well, at least we don't have to unload it.
My favorite memory with Granddad is probably when I was riding in the golf cart and I got stuck in a ditch, and then he had to come get me and pull me out with a tractor. And that's probably my favorite memory.
One of my favorite memories was when he took me and Carson here to see the races.
One of my favorite memories of Dad is when we were trying to get ready for his and Mom's 30th wedding anniversary. So I'd been trying to lose weight in advance so that Jay and I could wear his and Mom's wedding outfits to the party. And so I had some weight to lose before I could get into Mom's dress, but I had been on it, lost several pounds, was working towards it. And so the day of the party, I said, all right, I'm going to go try Mom's dress on and see how it fits. And Dad said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to fit. I'm like, okay, thanks, Dad. Appreciate the confidence. So I went back in the bedroom, I tried it on. It fit like a glove. And so I came out and did a little twirl, and Dad smiled and says, I guess your mom was fatter than I thought she was. So that is a great memory. I know it sounds harsh, but when I think about all the times that Dad said things like that, he wasn't trying to be mean. He was just trying to keep us grounded and keep us laughing. So I have lots of memories like that, but that's one of the most special.
My favorite memory of our dad Wow, there's many, but the one that really stands out in my mind was when we were going to the hospital in St. Louis to see Mom, and I was sitting in the back seat, and there was Granddad and Carson in the front singing Lemon Tree, which first of all, I didn't even know Carson knew that. Then Granddad, of course, him being so proud, he was saying, "Louder, louder, give it more."
I remember when I was 7 or 8, which would have made Rob 12 or 13. Mom and Dad and I came home from town. He's back in the field about a half a mile away, and you can hear him just plain as day throwing the biggest cuss fit against some piece of machinery that wasn't working just the way he wanted it to. He just looked at Dad and said, "Everett, go tell him to stop that." Of course, he just shrugged his shoulders and said, "Whatever."
Favorite funny moments with Dad? Chasing hogs. Anytime the hogs got out and we were trying to get them back in on foot and on four-wheeler, today it's still the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. Dad was like the quarterback, and me and Matthew and whatever farm hands were around, he'd just be yelling out hot routes, just like playbook out the window, calling plays like running, cussing, falling, mud, just it was hilarious.
What I appreciate most about Dad is that he is just a great guy. He is so easygoing, a ton of fun to be around. He will do anything for anyone at any time and never wants a thing in return. He has such a big heart. We love him so much, and he is just awesome.
One of the things I most appreciate about Bob is unconventional wisdom and insights on life in general.
What do I appreciate about Bob Dow? Well, what is there not to appreciate? He come into our lives and just, I don't know what we'd do without him. He's been there for all of us. He's amazing. He's been the best brother-in-law in the world. He's been a brother to me. He's been a father to me. And he's been a dear friend to me. And we just love you so much, Bob. And we can't live without you.
What I appreciate most about Bob Dow is his candor. For example, I remember after Justin was born, we came out to visit in Illinois, and I said, something like, "Hey, Granddad, blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "Well, I'm glad you had a kid, because now you've got something to call me besides sir."
I could thank Granddad for a lot of things, but one of the main ones is he taught me how to be less of a punk and more of a gentleman.
What I appreciate about our dad, first of all, I want to say his love and his support and his taking good care of our mom, that meant the world. Thank you for that. Also, I appreciate your vehicles. Always. You always let me have a vehicle when mine are down. But mostly I appreciate your love that you've shown me and my family, and being the grandfather that you've been to my boys, and always giving to us. That right there is what I appreciate the most. I love you. Thank you so much.
What do I appreciate about Dad? Everything. He's emotionally, he's the healthiest person I've ever known. I know a lot of healthy people today. I'm around therapists and rehabs and recovery and all that, and Dad's just solid. He doesn't talk shit about people, and he shows up. You know, he says he's gonna do something, he does it. He's always been that way. If you look in Webster's dictionary, for the definition of a man, his picture should be there. So it's not only an honor to be your son, it's an honor to be your friend.
I appreciate Granddad because his selflessness. He's always willing to help each family member out.
What I appreciate about Granddad is that he lets me hang out and do stuff with him and hang out with him.
I appreciate everything about Granddad because he is such an amazing person. And plus, he always lets me ride in the front seat, but don't tell anyone.
Dad, I want to thank you for your spiritual leadership over the years. You said to me several years ago, and I don't think I agreed with you at the time, although now that I'm getting older, I'm starting to understand it a little bit more, that when it comes to your faith, it's not what you abstain from necessarily. It's not about the things that you don't do, but it's about the things that you do. Okay, I said do, sorry. But I think that when I think about you and I think about the things that you stand for, I think about kindness and generosity and a very unique form of humility, and just all of these things that I think are an outward demonstration of your inward faith. And so I think that that is something that we've all been able to look up to and strive towards in our lives. And so I just wanted to thank you for that, for your faith, for your prayers over the years, and for the leadership that you've provided for our family. We love you.
Easy.
Damn it, who put the cat treats on the table?
I'm running this show.
I don't know if I really have an impression to do that you do, but I love it when you call me Jillian, because there's not very many people that still call me that. And you were the only person that called me that I knew I wasn't in trouble when I heard it. And you still call me Jillian. Hi, Jillian. And I just kind of get all warm and fuzzy when I hear that. So thanks for still calling me Jillian.
Roof, roof, shut up!
Tickled to death to have ya.
Jeez.
Oh, well, that's a real king deal.
Tremendous.
All right, 2 of clubs, looking for the deuce.
Sarah.
Fine meal, my dear.
Ow.
This is not an impression really, but it relates to something that Dad says all the time. So a couple years into my relationship with Daniel, we were home for a weekend, and on our way back to Chattanooga, Daniel says to me, "I think your dad really likes me. I think I'm finally part of the family." So I said, "Well, has he called you a dumb shit yet?" And he said, "No." I said, "Well, you're not in yet, so keep trying."
Happy birthday, Granddad.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday from the Hensons.
Happy birthday!
Wait, do it again. My hair's terrible.
Happy birthday. All right, bye.
Happy birthday, Granddad. I love you.
Happy 70th birthday. Hope you have many more.
Happy birthday, Granddad. Keep taking your vitamins. We're going to need you a little bit longer, buddy.
Quit it!